Hey everyone, we're three guys on a bench and we talk about Spanish, and as you can see, one of us, for some reason, has been replaced by a clip art of a woolly mammoth. Yeah, this is Mammy, and Mammy's here today to help us read a story about mammoths by José Martí. Mammy, huh? Yeah. Does Mammy talk? Yeah, Mammy talks. It's like, hey everyone, I'm Mammy the Mammoth, and I'm here to... Mammy doesn't really have to talk. Okay. Mammy might talk a little bit. Okay. Alright, well, let's get going. We're going to do the story in 3 parts. This is part 1. And we'll do some vocabulary words first. I got 6 vocabulary words for the first part, so here you go. Write these down. This will be on the test. I'm kidding. There's no test. But you should write them down. Okay. A colmillo is like a fang or a tusk, or even like the teeth that people have that look like fangs. We call them like eye teeth or canines. Like those are colmillos too. Yeah, I think it's funny that the ILLO usually means like the little version of something. So you would think like a colmillo would be like a little fang, and then like a colmo would be like a regular sized fang. But a colmo is just like a limit or an extreme version of something. So they're really, I doubt they're related. Colmo and colmillo. There you go. Okay. I like peludo is like the adjective form of the word pelo, and it means like hairy or furry. And because we're talking about mammoths, like Mammy here, we're going to be using a lot of words that mean like furry or hairy, and talking about their fur or hair. Okay. Little pair of words here. Loma is actually in the story. It means a hill. Not to be confused with lomo, which means the back of an animal. Not like a person's back, but like, I guess it's because our back is actually behind us, but the back of an animal is actually on top, which is kind of crazy. Like why we call it the back when it's the top. Yeah, but they don't call it the back. They call it the lomo, which is kind of like the man version of hill, and it is kind of like a hill. Or at least that'll help you remember it. Yeah. Capa, that's a layer. Next word, please. Okay, there we go. Yeah, capa is a layer. I think of like capes, and just, like Superman's cape, and just putting a cape, and then another cape, and then another cape on the bed. Each one of them is a layer. So there you go. Layer is a funny word, like layer. Like something that lays. I guess layers do lay. I do crosswords a lot, and a lot of times it'll say layer, and it actually means a layer, and the answer is like chicken or hen or something. That's always crazy, because it gets me every time. Yeah, you'd think. Okay, and then we got pescador. Pescador is a fisherman. Pescado and pescar. Pescar is to fish, and pescado is a fish that you've caught. You're fish after it's been caught. And then pescador is a fisherman. Is pescadero a word too? I know that was in Terminator. But that should be a fisherman also. We're going to say that it is. We're going to say that a pescadero is also a fisherman. Okay, but in this story, pescador. Pescador. Okay. And then the last one is legua. You can probably figure out that means league. But if you're like me, you had to look up what a league is. And 20,000 leagues under the sea. It means a lot of different things, but basically it means an hour's walk, or about 3 miles. At least that's the definition we're going to use here. Kind of crazy how everybody just makes up their own meaning of the word league. Okay. This is from a story called Cuentos de Elefantes, which is a longer rambling account of different things that José Martí just thought of about elephants. He kind of he's all over the place when you read his stuff. He just kind of jumps from topic to topic, or subtopic to subtopic. You can find this in his book Edad de Oro, the Golden Age, which is a collection of pieces that he wrote, mostly for children to educate them about the world way back in the 1800s. Okay. But let's read. Por Siberia sacan de los hielos. I guess throughout Siberia, they remove from the ice, colmillos del mamut. tusks, mammoth tusks. Que fue el elefante peludo, who was, referring to the mammoth, the hairy elephant. Grande como una loma, big like a hill. Que ha estado en la nieve. I was like, man, this is a long sentence. That has been in the snow, en pie, 50,000 años. You could say de pie, like standing up. This is just another way of saying like standing up. He's been in the snow, standing up, or think about like Frozen standing up. 50,000 years. Remember that mil is not million, even though it looks like it. It's thousand, like a millipede. Okay. Y un inglés, Logan, and one Englishman, Wolverine. Oh, you're funny. You think you're so funny. Yeah. Dice que no son 50,000. Says that they are not 50,000, referring to those 50,000 years. Sino que, but rather, esas capas de hielo, those layers of ice, se fueron echando sobre la tierra. They were throwing themselves over the earth, or they were thrown because it's a passive construction. Como 1,000,000 de años hace, like 1,000,000 years ago. You say about or approximately. Well, it means like, and we say like. I say, like 1,000,000 years ago. Y que desde entonces, and that since then, desde hace 1,000,000 de años, since it is doing 1,000,000 of years, están enterrados en la nieve dura. They are buried in the hard snow. I bet you thought it was going to be hard ice. And it's hard snow. Los elefantes peludos, the hairy elephants. Okay, my turn. Allí se estuvieron, there they were, en los hielos duros de Siberia, in the hard, now you got me doing it, in the hard ices of Siberia, hasta que un día iba un pescador, until that one day he came along, a fisherman, por la orilla del río Lena, donde, along the banks of the river Lena, where, de un lado es de arena la orilla. On one side it is of sand, the shore, or the river bank. Y de otro es de capas de hielo. And on the other it is of layers of ice, echadas una encima de otra, thrown one on top of the other, como las hojas de un pastel, like the leaves of a cake. I would say the layers of a cake. Hoja is also like a sheet of paper or a page in a book, so that makes sense, like the layers of a cake. Y tan perfectas que, and so perfect that, parecen cosa de hombre, they resemble a thing of man. They seem man-made. They're so perfect they seem man-made. Huh, like he really likes man-made stuff, I guess. Esas leguas de capas, those leagues of layers. Meaning that, the layers stretch on horizontally for leagues and leagues. Okay, well that's part one of the story. Stick around for part two. Hope you enjoy it.